The man who tried too hard. Ethan did everything right. At least, that's what he believed. He replied fast. He complimented often. He gave attention freely. And yet, nothing worked. The pattern he couldn't ignore. Every time he showed interest, the energy shifted. Replies slowed down. Excitement faded. Distance appeared. It felt like the more he tried, the less he was wanted. The question that changed everything. One night, sitting alone, Ethan asked himself, "Why do some men attract effortlessly while I chase endlessly?" That question didn't give him comfort, but it gave him direction. The hidden truth about attraction. Attraction is not built on effort, it is built on perception, and perception is shaped by psychology. The observation. Ethan began watching carefully, not what people said, but what they responded to. The man who didn't try. There was someone at his workplace, quiet, calm, unbothered. He didn't chase, he didn't impress, he didn't over-explain, yet people were drawn to him naturally. The difference? It wasn't looks, it wasn't status, it was something deeper, something subtle. The first realization. Attraction is not about doing more, it's about needing less. Principle 1. Detachment creates value. Ethan noticed something strange. The man who attracted attention didn't need it. Story. The interaction. A woman approached him, started a conversation, showed clear interest. He responded politely, but without urgency. No overexcitement, no neediness, just calm presence. The result? The conversation didn't end, it grew. Why this works? When you don't need attention, you signal value. Because value is not loud, it is stable. Principle 2. Emotional control is magnetic. Ethan realized something else. Most men react emotionally, quickly, predictably, but high-value men stay calm in every situation. Story. The test. Someone challenged the calm man publicly, a subtle insult, a moment designed to trigger a reaction. What happened? Nothing. He smiled slightly, said very little, and moved on. The shift. The room didn't focus on the insult, it focused on his reaction, or lack of it. The lesson. Emotional control creates authority. Principle 3. Mystery builds attraction. Ethan used to share everything, thoughts, plans, feelings, but the calm man didn't. The pattern. People asked questions. He answered briefly, left space, didn't reveal everything. Why this works? The human mind is drawn to what it cannot fully understand. Mystery creates curiosity. Curiosity creates attraction. Principle 4. Focus on your own life. Ethan noticed something powerful. The man wasn't focused on people, he was focused on his life. Story. The exit. In the middle of a conversation, he left, not abruptly, but naturally, because he had something else to do. The impact. It didn't push people away, it made them more interested. The truth. When your life has direction, you become the priority. Principle 5. Selectiveness signals value. Ethan used to say yes to everything, every invite, every conversation, but the calm man didn't. The difference? He chose carefully where he spent time, who he engaged with. The effect? Scarcity increased his value. The core shift. Ethan began to understand. Attraction is not about chasing, it's about becoming. The beginning of change. He stopped over-texting, over-explaining, over-investing, and started observing, controlling, choosing. The first result. Nothing dramatic happened at first, but slowly things began to shift. People responded differently. Conversations felt easier. Attention came naturally.
the internal change. But the real transformation wasn't external, it was internal. He became less needy, more calm, more focused, and that changed everything. Because attraction doesn't start outside, it starts within.
The man who no longer chased. Weeks passed. Ethan wasn't trying to attract anyone anymore. He wasn't calculating messages. He wasn't overthinking conversations. He wasn't waiting for replies. And that's when something unexpected happened. Attraction started coming to him. The second shift. At first, it confused him. He was doing less, but receiving more. The hidden truth. Attraction doesn't grow when you chase it. It grows when you remove the need for it. Principle 6. Self-validation creates confidence. Ethan realized something important. He used to feel valuable only when others showed interest. Now, he didn't need it. Story: the silent approval. Someone complimented him. Before, he would hold on to it, let it define his mood. Now, he simply nodded and moved on. The difference: he appreciated it, but didn't depend on it. Why this matters? When your value depends on others, you lose control. When it comes from within, you become stable. Principle 7. Emotional independence is rare. Most people need constant connection, constant attention, constant reassurance. But Ethan didn't. Story: the delay. A message came late. Hours passed, no reply. Old Ethan would feel anxious, overthink, react. New Ethan did nothing, stayed focused on his own life. The result: when he finally replied, there was no pressure, no emotional weight, just calm communication. The shift: people began to feel something different around him. Stability, calm, control. Principle 8. Purpose is the real attraction. Ethan noticed something deeper. The calm man from before was always busy, not distracted, focused. The realization: attraction is a byproduct, not the goal. Story: the priority. Someone tried to pull his attention, but he stayed focused on his work. The effect: it didn't push people away, it increased respect. Why this works? People are drawn to those who have direction, because direction signals purpose. Principle 9. Non-reactivity creates power. Ethan stopped reacting to everything, especially emotionally charged situations. Story: the test again. Someone tried to provoke him. Subtle tension, hidden challenge. His response: calm, short, unbothered. The result: the situation lost intensity because emotion wasn't returned. The rule: emotion feeds tension, calm ends it. Principle 10. Presence over performance. Ethan used to perform, trying to impress, trying to be liked. Now, he simply existed, comfortably, naturally. Story: the room. In a group setting, he didn't try to dominate, didn't try to impress, but still, people noticed him. Why? Because real presence doesn't demand attention, it attracts it. The final transformation. Ethan was no longer learning attraction, he had become it. The external reality. People initiated conversations, showed interest, invested energy. But this time, he wasn't chasing it. He was choosing. The ultimate shift.
He no longer asked, "How do I attract?" He understood, "I don't need to." The complete psychology. To naturally attract, detach from outcomes, control your emotions, maintain mystery, focus on your life, be selective, validate yourself, stay independent, build purpose, remain calm under pressure, be present, not performative. The final scene. One evening, Ethan walked through the same environment where he once felt invisible. Same people, same world, but everything was different because he no longer needed anything from it. The final truth. High-value men don't chase attention. They build a life that attracts it. The final line. As Ethan moved forward, calm, focused, unbothered, he understood something most people never do. Attraction is not something you create, it is something you become.